So, so we join Donte in the morning of his day off. He has had a week of classes and new experiences. What we've been doing when you get up in the mornings, your door changes based on what you feel or what you think is important as a representation of yourself. And again, this is your day off. So you've made plans to go explore Hubshan, the actual city. So on your way out, what's on your door that represents you? That's under the surface that's you're willing for people to see.
For people to see. Would I have some kind of clan tag or?
You can you all do follow the five pillars. That's a religious thing where there's several of the different gods that your mother follows. Remember, like the dragon, the deep dragon, and stuff like that. So it's just a representation. Sometimes people have it really literal. Sometimes they have it sort of figurative or mysterious. That if someone walks by, so it can be as detailed or as plain as you wish.
What would be a good symbol for knowledge? Because he's a smart kid.
Well, one of the things, your neocom, your little ball is the thing of knowledge. Remember, because you can ask it questions.
Right.
But I don't know. You seemed a little not 100% trusting of the ball.
I would be.
So, but you do see as a source of knowledge. Do you have something like the ball sort of clouded, in mist, as in because you're unsure about it? So is it maybe if it's sitting in the distance because you know it's there but you don't trust it?
No, I don't think I would have anything like that. I'm trying to think of him.
Are you thinking about are you thinking about a stage, or your thoughts?
What's their religion?
It's basically five pillars. It's about dragons and a couple other gods that brought them all together.
I'm not just putting 5 pillars up.
Okay, so that's fine.
Religion.
Yeah, so because you all believe
he's deep in religion.
Yes, so you all believed like these 5 pillars brought the Drow back together and reformed the city. So it's sort of its own little religion, and it's got most alignments in it to balance it out. So it's supposed to be a very balanced lifestyle of everything. So.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so 5 pillars. Are they 5 pillars in the dark? Sort of sort of looking through in a cavern?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Alright, so. And everything else is dark. So, alright, so that makes sense. So you head out, you're on your way to leave the school. Is there any place that you want to check out on your day off? Several other people have left. But there are some students and stuff still around. I'm assuming, is this early, late?
He's an early riser, I'd say.
Okay, because it's not like you were ever timed to the sun underneath. So.
Right.
So you're up. But is there anyone that you want to talk to, or communicate with, or you're just gonna feel like hopping on the train and, or you could walk, and just walk around and look for various items.
Probably just walk.
Okay.
I'll probably head straight on out.
All right. So.
I'll be just, I guess, and.
since you are leaving the school, you are fully armored for what you can wear, and I'm assuming you have your weapons too.
Yeah.
All right. So again, you get to the door and it opens up, and you walk through. There are people walking around. It is a very cloudy, foggy day in the morning. The sun's a little bit up, but for a drow, it's probably good. Drows don't really fully like bright sun, so it's probably more comfortable to you.
Yeah, you feeling optimistic, I guess.
Yeah, because hey, it's a little damp like underground, and it's sort of foggy, but you can still see pretty good. So there are students around. You see a couple near the observatory and a couple in the parade's ground. Off in the far distance, you do see something because there's things lit up. It is Castle Hubshan, where royalty resides for Hubshan. So, but you see the castle in the distance, and it's got lights and stuff on it. Since you are who you are, it's definitely magical light off in the horizon. That are in the ramparts and stuff around the castle.
Yeah.
So, do you want to roll a history to see if you know if you've studied anything about the city?
6. Would be a 22.
Oh, that's pretty good. So, I give you the choice. Have you you don't seem the type to be too unprepared, so I'm assuming that you probably you've checked out a few things about the layout of the city since you've been here.
Okay.
That's
Right.
Like if you feel that's important, I can say that you checked it out before you're leaving.
Absolutely.
So there is you're in this old mansion section of town where the school is. A lot of old money, but a lot of buildings that aren't really super used as much.
Yeah.
Surrounding this section is to the south of you is a district called the 7th District. Apparently, it's a very religious district dedicated to the Lady Without, like a deity that's very popular here. There are shops there, and places to eat and drink, but it's not. It's more of a social area or place that people live, not like a heavily shopped area. But that 7th District is there right beside the school if you just go just a little ways. If you leave the mansion section, though, you can walk towards the castle, and there is a merchant's section there that lines that sort of surrounds the downtown upper class area. But it's mostly market stuff, like good clothing, some foods. It's a center of trade. There could be some weapons there, but they could be more for show or things like that.
Definitely not for show.
Yeah. So, but if you wanted food or various things, you could maybe find some unique items. But for when it comes to weapons and stuff like that, probably not. So in your studies, again, you said you rolled a 22. There's a district down from it that's sort of a market district that is near the castle, but there's a place called the Steel Keep, and near it there's some. It sort of connects to some slums, but there's like a buffer zone of a lot of armorers and weapons, and then if you go past it, it gets to the docks. So there's a lot of trade and a lot of hustle and bustle and people needing weapons. So this using your passive intelligence. If you're looking for something good, it's probably down that way. It's not really much for food, but it's if you're going to find something to protect you or something to hurt someone, that's probably where to go.
Yeah.
Unless you want food.
You would find something. You could find some neat stuff like in thrift stores. So I wouldn't want to go to somewhere unusual.
All right. Yeah, because that section is definitely the used part of town.
Right.
You know, it's not just for show or bragging. It's like if you're going to find something that's functional and practical.
I'm all about functional and practical.
Yeah, so that's definitely down near the docks. You've been looking and reading about the place for last week since you've been here, so it's dangerous business using flying ships and adventuring. That's how a lot of the adventurers go through, because the waters are dangerous there. So
yeah,
it definitely would be a market there to have people with weapons.
All right, I'll head there then.
Okay, which direction do you want to head? So you can go through the District of the Seven. You can go through the other marketplace. It's going to take a little while either way. It's just
whichever one that whichever one, I don't think people would recognize me, which should be either way. But
yeah, while there are drow here, there's not a ton of them, but there are drow up this way. Would you rather go towards like the high-end, noble, fancy money place of the section of the city, or just go through like the common?
The common.
All right. So yeah, you're not opposed to religion. So you'd probably want to go through the District of the Seven, unless you are opposed to being in another religious domain area.
I know where my religion is, so.
All right. So, and you do have really high religion. So if you want to learn anything more about this top goddess, you're welcome to do that on the way.
Right.
Okay, so you leave the front gates and you've decided to head down towards the docks, and you're going to pass through the District of the Seven. Since it's really, really early and foggy, there's not a lot of people out and about. But how are you in a hurry walking through, or are you trying to take stuff in?
Take stuff in.
Okay, so if you're taking stuff in, I'm gonna use your. Are you just looking, or are you actively investigating?
It's on my mind for the weapon shop, so I would be. But also, he's a cautious guy, so he's going to have a good steady pace. That way, if someone was following me, I could detect it with my pace.
Okay. So
but he's not stop and look like. You know, he's got that on his mind to go check out, because he wants to see what kind of steel there is.
All right, so that's good. Now, I do have a question. Is there anything, if you go through this district, is there anything off the top of your head that would make you stop and investigate, or be curious about just right off the top? That's like a red flag to be like, I want to know that. Just going through that district.
Well, if someone was in trouble,
okay,
I would definitely especially Dan, because he's going to want to help.
Okay, yeah. So
he's got he does have his father in him.
Yep. So okay. So
if I heard anything like if I'm passing and I hear anything kind of conversation about the main professor there. What's his name?
Well,
Dusty's dad.
like Professor Dagon.
Dagon. Yeah, if I heard that name, I would probably perk my ears up.
Okay. So I'm making notes.
Something like that. If anything is, again, if I hear something about the bubble, I'd be interested in that.
All right, bubble. So.
Or if someone starts talking about creepy things happening.
Okay, so if there's anyone that talks about, if they're talking about bothersome, creepy. All right. So okay, because there's things that like most districts, we've been to this place several times, so there are some things that have happened or been going on there.
And one more thing, if I happen to see anybody, let's say if I'm walking and I see maybe some servants of my mother or anything like that.
Okay, so
connected with my mom.
All right,
the queen.
All right,
that would probably gain my interest pretty quick.
All right, so I'm going to ask
because it's still in his mind. Why did Dagon give her that hug?
Yep. So
is there something going on? Or?
So I do have a question. It's like, and this is for you to answer yes or no. Okay. It's like, do you feel that your mother would have people watching the city, maybe not necessarily spies, but informants in the city?
Absolutely.
All right. So if you happen to see any of them too,
right. I mean, he's not going to be stupid.
Okay.
If he sees something, he's thinking, okay, because that's out of place.
Yep. So.
Especially if they're connected with the queen.
Okay. So, all right. Now, like, what is your opinion of other drow in the city?
My opinion be, why live somewhere where you'd be uncomfortable? Why not be with your own kind?
Okay. And then, so in this district,
I mean, I'm here for a reason, you know.
Yep. Yeah. So
I asked my mother to be here. He wasn't happy about it, but Donte was very comfortable where he was.
Yep. Okay. So last question, because these are good things to look for. If you see a drow, per se, and they're not like one of your mother's informants, and would it bother you if they have a different religion than most of the drow underground, or do you care?
I feel like everybody's got their own path to lead.
Okay.
And if that's their decision, that's their decision.
All right. So you like so because if they're in this district, more than likely they're worshippers of this lady without.
Well, that'd be their decision.
All right. So you don't care about really other religions.
I mean, he might not necessarily stub his nose at them, but it's more like, you know, why would you go against your own faith, what you was brought up in? But again, it's your life, you live it, but you know, why would you do that? He's not gonna be mad, but at the same time, he'd be not disgusted, but like, just why? You wasn't born this way or raised this way.
Okay, yeah. So, I guess it sort of depends on how they act. So
it's probably how strongly they would come across.
Okay. So all these things that you've listed, if you automatically see it, you have a passive investigation of 18. So if you see it with your passive perception of 13, see and hear it, would you automatically want to go into an investigation mode of it? these things?
Like if I saw Drow, I'm not going to investigate them.
Yeah, but Drow doing things, yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. So
Yeah.
if you see the Drow,
If they're doing something I think will be strange, yeah.
yeah, that's where I was talking about. That's where I was talking about, like the religion.
And he might be a little aggravated because he wants to go to the item shop, but then that would pique his interest, and he'd be like, "Crap."
Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay.
what are they doing though?
All right. So, all right. So you're heading through. This district has it's even though it's really foggy, so they've got some lights glowing through there. The one thing you notice that this district doesn't really have a lot of those mechanical men, those clockwork beings that have been all over the place. Like when you drove through, like there's not a lot of that. The streets are really wide. There's a lot of shops, but there's a lot of houses in between the shops. So it looks like the shops are like, think of them as equivalent to sort of like convenience stores, and they're like little things.
Is there any museums?
Any what?
Museums.
So you're going.
You might be interested in that if there is, like from the old times.
All right. So museums. I will say that when you're in the district, the thing that stands out the most is there is a very large chapel there that's sort of like that's in the district. So that's definitely their religious center. Is there. Like everything else is sort of very muted. It's colorful and nice, but nothing really stands out. They're all sort of even. But this chapel, for lack of a better term, it like really sticks out. It looks like it has a crown on top of it with 7 spiked pillars going around.
Okay.
But using your passive intelligence, well, it is the district of the 7. They worship sort of they sort of have a principle of 7, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
But everything else is just sort of looks like houses and shops and some places to eat. There's some snack shops. You notice that after you walk a little ways, even though this place there's supposed to be something about the 7, you notice there ends up being like 14 things they talk about. There's some shops that are dedicated to various aspects of this religion. Like there's some things talk about, against pride and gluttony and sloth, but then they have shops talking about patience, and it's like the opposite. So after you see, there ends up being 14 things as you go through this district that are like, okay, so there are 7 these 7 things that this religion really doesn't like, and then there's 7 things that they value. They're all opposites.
Alrighty. He was probably,
Alright, I'm gonna roll to see if you see any drow. There are drow up here. Most of them just, you don't recognize a lot of them. They don't seem to give you a vibe or anything.
Okay. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
They're just regular drow hanging out.
Yeah, they're just there. Many of them have a pin on them, and this pin is a peach with a duck head on it.
Okay.
This symbol is on many things here.
Okay.
It's probably a symbol. It's probably a symbol of the religion. Um, I rolled pretty high on the number of drow. There are quite a few.
Man, that's wild.
So does that make you wonder, or do you just sort of want to put it in your pocket for now? Going, there's quite a few drow here.
I'm just gonna put it in my pocket for now.
Okay.
I'm just walking.
So you're going so you're going to go by the chapel and not really thinking, like, you don't really care or anything at this point right now.
Actually, at this point, I just don't want really no one to recognize me either.
Yeah.
So if I had a hood, I'd probably have it on.
Yeah. Well, you've got that new cloak. Remember, you got your that pelt of the Pack Lord. So it's sort of like this animal pelt that you can put over your head that would definitely sort of hide you if you're going through the mists.
Very good.
Now, like, this is what you've been doing to your passives. I want you to, like, need you probably to roll on this one.
Okay.
And I want you to roll a perception for me. Because these are all things you expect to see. I want you to roll and see what possibly you see that you don't expect.
It's gonna be 8 altogether.
Okay. So you noticed how these streets and stuff, but there are many alleys. There's some thin alleys. Since it's really foggy, so you sometimes see a lot of figures moving in and out of the mists. But it's very hard for you to tell. No, without going down any of these alleys. The only thing that stuck out with you is that many of these figures are not the colors of humans or most elves. That's why you can sort of see there's some reds and purples and blues.
Alrighty.
But they never come out into the streets. They're all in the alleys. And do you care or not? Or
nope.
Are you curious?
I'm not curious.
Okay. So you keep going.
I'm just walking. Walking my 6, you know. The weapon up on my mind.
Alright, we're going to do you've noticed a lot of drow. So at this point, let's do a performance. I know you're not great at performance, just to sort of take what you've learned. What you've learned.
I'm a hero at performance. A whole 1, buddy.
Well, you don't hide your walk. You don't hide your status, but you hide your face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're. It's not that I wouldn't call you necessarily prideful, but again you're proud of your heritage.
Absolutely.
You're proud of who you are. So
yes.
So you're not going to walk slumped or hide in the shadows. Really, you're just sort of covering your face. With this hood a little bit. So.
Mm-hmm.
So you are not performing. You are not acting like anyone other than you. So be it.
So be it.
I'm gonna just. I rolled a 2, so the drow really don't care. You notice the drow. All the drow there are like you see them. They're interacting with a lot of humans. They don't seem to really like care. You know, they don't like. But surprisingly, the drow in this section of town seem accepted. No, like no one bats an eye. Does that? How does that make you feel? That it seems like they're so buddy with everybody.
No, I mean we helped form. Mother would give me teachings on everybody coming together to defeat what they defeated.
Yeah.
Way back when. So I mean, he had history lessons and stuff.
Yeah,
coordinations and.
Yeah. So, but like that's how you've been taught. But how do you actually feel? Since is this something that you're like?
He's taken back.
Okay, it's like.
I mean, there's so many drow and so many regular humans and all mixed up. He's probably never seen it before.
No, like I said, you've not been above ground, so.
So it's taken back from it, but
so
again, he's walking on.
All right. So your mother, so of course your mother's talked about all this, and it seems like her dreams and the things she's talked about are at least here are
now. Question.
Yes.
I see all the drow. The drow that's in this part would be based on their religion, correct?
More than likely, and you also see.
So if he did see someone with the pillars on his jacket or apparel, maybe he'd be like, "Well, that's strange."
So far you've not seen any drow with any religious markings of the pillars.
Okay.
Because the pillars, like you follow all the pillars, right?
Yeah.
I'd say if anything, you like the way we've talked is you were close with the elder dragon, so you might view the deep dragon of the progenitor as one of the better pillars, but you like them all.
Right.
If anyone, there could be people that follow the pillars, but they might follow one of the individual pillars. But so far you've not seen any representation of the pillars on any of the drow. And I would probably say somewhere on you, whether it's shown or not, you probably have a religious symbol somewhere. So you might be. I don't know. Would you hide it? Or would you proudly display your faith walking through here?
Proudly.
All right.
In fact, that's something maybe he'd think about doing, is going to a shop to have that embroidered on his cape.
Okay. So. All right. So, because I'd say that you have I'd say you probably have like a pin or crest somewhere on your clothing, but probably not on your pelt.
But since he's in a world where there are so many religions, he would want to have it out in the open to show, this is me. Don't try to convert me. I'm who I am.
All right, so we'll try to remember this, but I think a good place for your character. Now, if you can think of it somewhere else, but I think it'd be really neat because you've got a dagger that's pretty important to you. You probably had a dagger for a long time. I'd say the scabbard of it, or the sheath for it, probably has your religious symbol on it.
That works.
At least. Because you got two daggers, but I'd say that your sheaths for your weapons probably have your symbol on it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want this? Do you want the symbol? Do you want it to be 5 pillars?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got something in my head that sort of looks neat, like these 5 pillars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's interesting. Now how I'm looking at it. Sure. All right, that's pretty cool. It's almost like in a V. Does that sound sort of interesting? Like you got like one pillar, and then there's two sort of the sides and three, and sort of to make it look. Or what about almost like a diamond of pillars? Like how are you viewing this?
Yeah, maybe like a diamond pillar, maybe.
So yeah, I got an idea. Yeah, like that would be neat. So yeah, so those are on your like on your scabbards. They're not hidden. So you're walking through. You like again, your face. You said your face is hidden, but so the pelt's back. Your weapons are displayed. Your clothes are displayed. It's just your face is not very visible.
Right.
So I think that's good. So you're going through. So you said that you might want to get done. Do you feel this district would be worth trying to see if anyone would do that, or maybe somewhere else?
I don't know. I mean, again, he's just walking through.
No, it's just.
It's going to be a lot of new stuff, so it's not like he's not expecting to see different types of things. So it's all going to be like kind of new, and he's going to be taken back to everything.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so you just can pocket that none of the drow have any of the pillars.
Okay.
Just to let you know. You know, that's like your faith. And, it's got multiple gods and deities on it.
Yeah.
But but so far you've not seen anything that any of these people up here, drow, human or other, are following it. I will say that no one seems to have batted an eye that you have your own religious symbol.
Very good.
It's okay. So again, we're going through. Give me. You're about to leave the district. If you go one direction, there are slums. You definitely tell that it's a very, very old section of town. The buildings are very, very old and not really super maintained. And then there's another section that's sort of like the medium, doesn't look as nice as this district of the Seven, but it doesn't look bad either. So
I think that'd be the way I go, dude.
Yeah. So, but as you leave, just give me a perception though.
Give you a perception.
Yeah, we want to see if anyone's following you, right?
Right. Nine.
Doesn't seem like anyone's following you. So we'll just head on to the nicer district.
Okay.
The nicer of the two. A lot of these buildings, again, they look not as old as the slum section. The slum section looked like at one point, as you sort of, like I said, it's sort of a crossroad. It's hard not to tell because they run sort of parallel. But as you enter in this medium type district, a lot of these they're not built as nice as what you saw when you glanced into the slums. They like were huge stone works and old and sort of big, but very little, not maintained at all. It's like those have been there for a long, long time, but there's not really been a lot of care for them.
Yeah.
But this section, it seems a little bit cleaner, not as sort of dark and bleak. It's definitely all the buildings around look like they're much younger. It's like you're probably older. You're probably older than most of these buildings by a lot. So just using your investigation, your passives. I'm trying to think if there's anything worth rolling for. You can investigate the buildings if you wish to get something out of it. Or there are no. Give me a religion roll.
$20.
Okay, it's very good. You haven't really seen much. That the one thing that you do see as you're going through, there's a playhouse.
Okay.
And this house it might be something that Sunshine mentioned in this section of town. I know he talks a lot. He talks about working at a playhouse.
Oh.
So
I mean, he might look at it, investigate it a little bit,
okay,
just for curiosity's sakes.
All right. So let's do a history to see if you can remember anything that Sunshine said.
21. Oh.
Yeah. So you go through. It seems very similar to like. This playhouse seems a little bit older than the stuff around, but sort of reminds you of some of the things that Sunshine said. And the thing that sort of stands out the most is you see a young man outside and he's sweeping. You know, Sunshine talked sort of about, you know, that's sort of how he got his start. But this is a very young man sitting there sweeping this outside the doors. The doors of the playhouse. Has it looks like there's a sun either setting or rising, and it like there's an emblem there's a silhouette of a dragon off in the distance of it.
How old is this kid?
Let's see. I'll ask you. You're not been around a lot of humans. You probably want to investigate to try to figure it out, because again, you know, like
I mean, he looks younger than Sunshine.
Yes, he's definitely younger than Sunshine. Just off of that.
Am I close to him?
Yeah, the boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like to think of he's across the street.
Oh, I mean, like close enough to talk.
Oh yeah, like you can walk over to him and talk to him.
I'll walk over, and as he's sweeping, I'll ask him, "Are you? So you're trying to earn your keep?"
So all right, I'm gonna check, and he's gonna look at you, and he's a little nervous. You know, you just sort of came over. It's not that you're trying to intimidate.
No.
Why don't you just persuade him that you don't mean him any harm? Now that you're close, you're sort of saying, "Boy, this must be a young human. He's pretty young."
It was I rolled a 19.
All right, so you have a +2 in persuasion.
So I was trying to find. Oh, okay, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
21.
Yeah, so you're like, oh, so he calms down a little bit. This boy's probably 7 or 8.
Okay.
To you, it's like this, like he's equivalent to like a drow that's like 20 or 30.
Yeah.
So he looks up at you and goes, Why, yes, sir. I'm the new ward of the playhouse here. The previous ward has went to the great school up on the hill. It's like
has he?
Yeah, it's a great honor that he's chosen to go bring peace to the world through knowledge and learning. So,
how do you know that he's trying to bring about peace?
So, well, that's what Master said. Said that he's accepted the way of the song of peace.
And do you believe everything you hear, child?
It's like, well, Master took me in, and he's fed me and done everything he's promised, and he's teaching me things, and I have no reason not to trust him. He didn't have to take me in, but all he does is talk about the old ward. He misses him very, very much.
Well, listen, be strong, but don't believe everything you hear, child. Keep your mind open.
Okay, I am rolling insight on that. All right, so it's got a 16 on the insight. You know, he hears these words. You know, it's like you're talking very honest and frank to him.
Yeah.
But you're not being mean about it. You're just telling the truth, and definitely the truth that you weigh. So it looks and it says, "Are you going to stay for the play today? We're supposed to have a play here in a few hours."
What's the play about, child?
So, it's supposedly about the birth of the peace song.
And he looks at him. What peace song?
Oh, the peace song. The one that brought about peace through his voice. So.
And how does one create peace, child?
The child thinks about
Does he look confused?
Yeah, like it's like he goes through.
He kneels down and says to the child, "There must be great sacrifice, war, and death for there to be peace."
And it looks. Oh no! It's like the peace song talks about using your voice to sing a world of compassion and working together, and stopping war and finding what is closer to what we are like than apart. It's like war should only be the last resort. At least that's what the song says. There will always be war, though. But it says you must be just, and it must be the last thing. So, you should come to the performance, and hear the song.
So he contemplates and asks, "What time does it start?"
It's going to be in about an hour.
Oh, Lord.
Well,
he'll consider it, because now it's kind of got his curiosity.
Okay. But yeah, so this kid's out there. He's cleaning up for this. So so he's definitely, you see, it's like he's sweeping it up. The doors are going to open soon. Through there. You just looking. The doors will open in about half an hour, and the performance is going to be about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So, so do you wish to stay? And you can go eat. You can you could do something. Um,
Yeah, sure. Where's a good place to eat around here, child?
um, so the child looks and it's like, well, I didn't really have a very good meal until I got um, with the playhouse, but um, there's a bakery right down the road that serves really good bread. Um, as you leave the district, it'll be about 5 minutes to walk there, and he points the way for you to go.
Do you like to eat there?
It's like I do. It's like me and Master go a couple times a week and get the breads, and there's some sweet breads too.
Well, thank you, child. Do a good job and keep up with what you need to keep up with.
So, well, thank you, Mister. I hope that you can come back and enjoy the show. Master's singing voice has been really, really good.
We'll see how well he. We'll see how well he sings it.
So, okay.
Because I'm sure he would have heard stories.
Yeah. So he's definitely heard things. Do you want?
But he's not too keen on bread, so he's going to look for. But he's going to move on.
All right. So you're gonna try to look for something else.
Yeah.
Um,
Sure, he'd be more a meat eater.
you did pass through some stuff in the district of the Seven. But if you backtracked, that there's some places with some jerkies and some other things.
That would probably be more suitable for him.
Okay. Like I said, you didn't get super far in this district, so it wouldn't be long. It might be 10 minutes walk back into the district of the Seven. The fog is starting to lift a little bit more.
Okay.
And we'll go into the district, and we're going to pause for a second.
Okay.